Welcome everyone to our Linux development channel here with the usual compiling, developing, fixing, patching and zip renaming stuff to just freaking work TM, right? And also breakthrough discovered the secret success to successful desktop Linux distribution. We just will charge €8 for that, right? Genius idea, huh? Don't forget to shut up and subscribe and buckle up for more bug fixing. We are nearly through. We will tag, so we're nearly through except this build error. We will tag the next T2, that is this source distribution that supports 25 and more architectures, and of course we cross-compile and release them all for 8. Nearly done, except some build errors. Let's see what's going on with 32-bit Spark, because certainly there are quite some fans out there with their Spark stations. And what's going on here? I think, okay, that is an easy one. That is, we will judge easy one. Why is here so much YOLOing stuff? Do we, by the way? Freaking needs it. Many comments. Nothing like packages that need quirks. Grep. So that was atomic. Of course, we grab that from the next best package here. I'm surprised not more CMake. Let's see, did we have more CMake or do we have other CMake atomics? And no, we don't have a conf anymore. Okay. Then of course some other stuff like fixing Python for Musel in a second. So that would be Spark. I'm surprised it doesn't need that for. Actually, maybe because it is possible because we have an older glibc for Spark to support Spark stations. Because what else would you run, except if you of course are at ESA, the European Space Agency, and need T2, one of the most amazing Linux distributions for your satellites, rockets, spaceships and stuff. Drop me a note and stuff. We will certainly get you supported too, for only 8. It's the schema, right? Everything is 8 now, as well as maybe we should have an $8 membership. Huh? Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, GitHub sponsor, Patreon or YouTube membership. So we have more fixes including Python. Now this was also a nice easy fix for, no, didn't build it, celebrated too early. By the way, it's still freaking, this is not already 16, 17, this might actually be, okay, right, we only built it with 6 threads because we built quite some stuff, so that might be normal that it builds a while. So Python, so that is some fnv, I think. It's some minutes since I opened that. It took me some minutes to Photoshop this amazing thumbnail. Here, of course, straight from my desktop Linux. Yeah, obviously, that is T2 Linux. So obviously we support GIMP, Inkscape, KDE GNOME on everything between an unmatched RISC-V desktop and your epic thread-ripping x86 stuff. So, that build error. No, this was not fnv, that was, so I wonder where that is coming from. So that is 3462. Maybe I should also set up some, was it 3462? Where that is coming from. Maybe I should also set up some better IDE, integrated system development environment thing to better one-click jump. And it's probably the next, after I fixed like basically everything important. I mean, obviously not everything of KDE GNOME, but everything important, like super H and long arch. Maybe next I should make my life more comfortable and add some more one-click opening freaking sources for build errors TM. But if I make it any better, you couldn't afford it anymore. So So where's the stuff coming? Maybe we simply don't have that with... usually what we usually do, and welcome everyone, is yeah, T blue check mark. Of course. Verified T2 users. Who would not want to be that? So where's that coming from? This is kind of stuff, even in 25 years, of course, in Perl and Python they use every... this is nothing like 2462, so... oh, come on. Even I have not necessarily seen each of these functions used. chflex. I wonder if that is anywhere. So what I usually do, I mean, we could Google that wherever that comes from. I mean, we could check our system libraries. As it's a freaking system call. And the only user is Python. There's a document here. So I don't see that much, so... that is rather interesting, as it usually is. Nearly everything builds except some Python marginality. Of course, So what do we do with that? We just somehow YOLO that away. Follow them link is false, and the last, what is it doing here? Symbolic link flag will change flags on the symbolic link itself instead of link it points to. Oh, okay. I wonder a little bit that why do we, or is it so new? It's not my, it's a little slightly older. Is it in x86, 64 in a new build? Is that really a thing? How is that even being enabled when I don't immediately... Should we grab like the libc? So it was Muso. I think this fails because it's Muso. Maybe some configure test check that it links, and this is just with this warning, or is it W error? It fails, although it would actually link. Crazy stuff. Yeah, that's the smartest thing. You know what? Let's extract the. Oh no, this is debugging. Of course, that is debugging. Which one was it? Spark? What is it still? Still failing, or maybe libatomic didn't help much. Maybe libatomic. All right. I think we're using a significantly older libatomic. Maybe you don't get CMake for your Spark station just yet. Not the biggest. I mean, nobody wants to build on a sub 200 megahertz, usually 40 or 80 or 110 or so, depending on what fancy a Spark station you got yourself. Nobody wants to build stuff with CMake anyway, right? Can tackle that another day. Like when we collected some $8 a fix or so. So Spark. Let's extract. So quite some builds going on there. No, not really. I think that wasn't with a typo, maybe just accidentally matches there. Or some test is optimized away. Strange stuff as usual. I mean, we could, do they have some? Checking for result cross. There is. Oh, cool. That is crazy. Okay, so it looks like it is somehow, but that is crazy. Why do we not find it in? So my suspicion was right. It is implemented somehow here. Did I? Why is it not Musel? Why? What? How do I not find that in... Ah, wait. That is not Musel. That is freaking Gypsy. Too many builds. Oops, sorry. Delete that. But yeah, 2022, some stuff is implemented, like pro tip. If you don't implement it, it always fail, then maybe don't implement it. Or is that like per architecture and like for Spark it fails? There is freaking herd. Okay, there is some more, but does it only? But yeah, such kind of crazy stuff you never wanted to know. You need to debug on a daily basis if you run Linux distribution for all the freaking architectures. So there is some stud_h. Oh wait, this is hard. There is some syscall stuff. Is it different for Spark? So it is there. I'm not sure where this error message comes from. We probably also prototype, you will often not find it like that if it is generated from some macro. So if we grab for that, it might not. I mean, usually you don't hardcode it like that. So as expected, that is somehow so what do we do with that? Okay, as it configures correctly, crazy as it, I mean, it even cross-configures correctly, except it will freaking always fail. We could actually probably remove this W error. The question is only for what? Maybe not to accidentally break stuff and hide stuff for other architectures. Maybe let's do that for Spark. Actually, we default to 32-bit there, so Maybe someday we need all kinds of generic. Okay, actually I wonder, did they explicitly do that? Not a pro tip, always check that. Actually they don't like boilerplate W error everything. We could actually also translate that to something that doesn't work to have that not removed, but given that I built nearly everything else, let's probably do that selectively for those architectures who somehow need that, not to accidentally break some stuff. So that it's probably arch target Spark. We could try that. Actually, that's not that super easy. And we could use Spark. We could try that first for only 32-ish Spark. See if that works around that. So yeah, other stuff is building mostly amazingly, except some more Spark. Yeah, so I guess that is a relatively easy thing, just atomic. So there are not enough atomic operations for good old Spark, which is also why, is my understanding, modern and PTL native Linux POSIX threads are not implemented for 32-bit Spark, except v9, as you see here. And why newer glibc with and PTL, not Linux threads, doesn't support Spark v8 anymore, which is why we use an older glibc for Spark 32. So that is lib. I mean, strictly speaking, if we ever but I wait until we have some 8 supporters of T2 Linux and maybe ESA also backing the stuff as well. I have the feeling that ESA might sooner or later anyway switch to RISC-V and not continue using this Spark Leon much anymore. But if ESA comes forward, of course we will support this better. Until then, it's like not Spark here, and VZ with a major user here is unfortunately I mean, we could, you know what, let's be crazy, because obviously this is for the crazy ones. Let's pull in and overlay an older version, which we also do and have the facilities for, and that certainly makes T2 such an amazing distribution as it is. Let's overlay XFS procs with an older version that didn't needed this annoying ini-h, and which might not even be the issue for this case, but this user space RCU, lib urcu, because it's a new thing, because only continuous change and regressions and new requirements and deleting vintage and retro support. Because maybe XFS might actually be beneficial. I will benchmark that soon. You will want to share, like, and subscribe. Patreon, GitHub sponsor, or YouTube membership, and all the fun stuff. I have on my to-do. Actually, maybe I should. I need to professionalize my freaking many to-dos here. As you can imagine, it's getting a little bit out of hand here, supporting everything. I actually wanted to benchmark. Especially, I mean, some other news sites obviously benchmark file systems, but for older and vintage systems, because even 15 years ago, Riser version 3 of all things was often preferable and beneficial on older hardware. And that's a little bit unsupported nowadays, so either that or XFS or even at times JFS might actually be a good choice. So I'm not really sure how long JFS will stay in the Linux kernel and how supported it is these days. So what I mean with overlay is, so this will soon fail, that probably will not take long. Also with this selective build, although this build is coming to an end, long arch. This stuff is building. So yeah, we also saw this Python quirk for Spark worked. Do we have E2FS procs. What else do we, what was that? Did we not, so that is just a patch, that is not a big thing. It's on undefined reference to runtime, go. Okay, then the next thing, you disable one thing and the next thing doesn't work. 64 eyes in Go. Wait a second, what is this? Not Go? Why is it even trying to Go runtime? libgo? Why do we even try to build Spark? Wait, oh no, this was MIP64. So MIP64 it was, wasn't it? So yeah, it might be possible to, but I don't usually use Go. Like if we want me to support also Go on MIPS and Spark, you know where all the patch and GoFundMe stuff is, right? Certainly don't need to repeat that constantly. Did he even build so right? Alright, this, wait a second, this was, I think I somehow built the wrong target here somewhere. Probably arrowed up and, or something of that sort, and yeah. So then stuff is actually building too freaking good TM. Okay, let's do this HPPA 64 thing for all of our verified 8 verified T2 fans and users playing along at home. So that was a really crazy patch that I didn't even quite understand how it worked. I only know without this patch my Radeon graphic didn't work. And so what I did here is, alright, I just, so because it's printing got even AA55, so either it's miscompiled or it has something set in the high bits, which is why I changed this. Also, Linux kernel, right? Why the heck do they print this here with 06 if, like, why do they not print this with 084? Or is it, so yeah, this 6 zeros is, I don't quite get this. So I checked that, so that is byte swapping, at least it is defined as that. The question is maybe the header is somehow wrong, maybe some PCI or what it was header. Also, I really hate this, like every subsystem has its own read word and stuff. It's hilarious in Linux kernel, right? You obviously got that, we urgently need to write a microkernel. So yeah, I have no idea why this failed, but without this bloody check, at least the Radeon frame buffer driver of all things did work, so... But yeah, 2022 and you need to patch such nonsense here. I mean, I could change this, so this should be... See, I'm not a fan of, okay, this is using int. I'm so totally not a fan, and totally agreeing with John Cormack there. This untyped int and long stuff is, for the most part, really... For example, here they have 10. Why do they have 10 here and 6 there? PDS, well, PDS is PDS image plus... Oh, there is void IOMEM. Yeah, pointer. So this should be, should this be 32? So yeah. I mean, we could change that to 08. The 06 mix. So, I mean, maybe it's a typo, right? Maybe the usual 10,000 contributors to the PCI subsystem Linux kernel have never realized that. But so what this does is disabling this check. So the crazy thing is, for me, maybe the header is wrong. Maybe there's some really strange stuff going on in the header, that it's somehow defining endiness swapping wrong. Otherwise, I mean, that or this trivial code is miscompiled, which is hard to believe that my whole system boots and works, including X. So I would probably guess like 90% chance the header is doing strange stuff. But that is also, like, if endiness swapping stuff is defined strange, why does the rest of the system work so well? Anyway, the usual Linux kernel, it's like Linus Torvalds quality engineering at its finest. And that probably doesn't apply anymore because it's a slightly newer version. Probably it's slightly changed. Did I have this committed already? And then also, the more people share, like, and subscribe, the more I can investigate accelerated graphics. My understanding is, for a long time, this Radeon, ATI Radeon, did not work accelerated with modern kernel mode setting. And X. So, oh, by the way, did this, was this I wasn't committed. This is 517, I think. Do we? What do we? Yeah, but I need more verified 8 users to be able to spend even more time. Not really sure what is the difference there. Or do we double patch that? That does look quite identical. It is, maybe we patch that twice. Let's see what happens here. Or is there some surrounding get PCI data structure? It starts to build longer though. PDS. Did something change in the context? Not sure what one line change was going on there. One character change. Somewhere must be some tiny thing. TCP wrappers, which built that spark of warning incompatible provided. Is that really a freaking... Alright, okay, we are building with an older glibc, a way older glibc, so it is... I mean, usually the glibc people clean up their stuff more, maybe. Apparently... conflicting types, that also... oh, wait. Maybe the warning was always there. It is possible that we patched that. Maybe that was even removed from modern glibc versions. 0 prems today though. Cheers. Some quality live stream. TCP wrappers of all good old-fashioned things. Do we not patch that? Apparently not. What do we do in hotfix? Was it TCP wrappers that are... have char star. Const char. Yeah, 2022. The C people can't still not. Agree about their const characters. Appears to be very difficult. Maybe we better define that. Should we apply that to all, or if we are already crazy config hard codings? Let's see if they work around that stuff. I probably should tmux that better. I made some previous videos where tmux like 12 or whatever builds. If I would have split it like that and stuff, then I could zoom in and out of all the build errors. What are we building? Long Arch, Spark 64, IA64. There's also this WebKit finished for IA64. MIP 64, so that GCC apparently also pass in there without Go. And it is increasingly probably that for this live stream. Nearly nothing left broken. Alright, the most annoying thing is actually x86 Firefox. Why do we even torture? Do we torture ourselves? It's probably the same. Did we not? Wait, which build? That was PowerPC. So maybe for that it's also not implemented, so that would make this arch target. By the way, do we need to double? Do we really need that? Not equal. Do we really need that? The operator is identical to that. Okay, as I thought, it's a little bit shorter. So PowerPC. Which build was it? PowerPC. So, and then too much freaking stuff, even freaking builds TM. Firefox is later, and then I do that at home. I have theoretically 3. How do you freaking do here? Firefox, open risk. Okay, we can, by the way, did I not say I wanted, alright, probably Spark didn't fail yet. I wanted an older version of so that I will do in a minute. There's some UClipC stuff, because who else supports? And yeah, recurring thing, right? If you build non-standard stuff, like vintage and retro architectures, last year's, yesteryear's data center stuff from Sun, UltraSpark, or embedded Musel, UClipC, then stuff breaks, because C is such an amazing language and for decades amazingly maintained. An even better release, probably arsynced to our mirrors near you. So this still breaks. Later tonight, with some small more fixes and testing. That probably didn't. What is our... Should be PowerPC. Did I mistype that? Target, arch target, PowerPC. Why this is not... oh, wait a second. Oh no, this should be 32-bit. By the way, maybe we should not modify that. Actually, maybe I should. Yesterday someone commented I should always use curly braces for variables, and but leave some comments below what's your preference. Oh, wait a second, and this is a problem here. 10-time engineer, Bedwith, basic logic operators, live on this channel. Yeah, thanks. I just figured. Probably should look more often into the comment section there. But yeah. What that? Ah, Python. Which Python? MIPS? Is it? Cannot create executables? Oh, come on. You can do it. What's your problem? Why? Nearly everything freaking builds TM. Looks like it can build executables. Whether this reminds me, I just remember at Ader example. I noticed the other day we didn't have one. At least I didn't find one. Okay, so that looks good. What do we specially do to break that? Config log for more details. Error adding symbols, file in wrong format. Hello? Someone at home? Oh, I love when everything works except down. This also just. So that is. Wait, ASCII text? Probably just some other. It's one. That is MIPS 4 version 1 of 32-bit. But this is MIPS N32. That somehow does not match. Why does so much build except Python? Or does everything build that doesn't need libgcc? Why is there always something to guru meditate about? I guess it should use that one. Maybe do we patch the multilib stuff and that is the N32 version. I think I need more 82 user verified subscribers to put me into the mental state of having another multi-hour GCC make file and multi-libgen. Debugging session. Let's see how much other stuff fails for that. I thought maybe I manually stepped over that. I thought, because I did a test build like some days ago and like 99% of the stuff of course built. I'm wondering if this is a just Python issue. Anyway, and welcome everyone. Happy you convert our 8th to Singapore cents, and greetings to Singapore or wherever you are. Happy you enjoy this. As usual, when we are mostly through, probably we can, as so many people tune in, which is amazing. Welcome to this channel. If you're new to this channel, we build, we maintain, build, and what is more open source than open source? Doing that live here on YouTube. Nothing to hide. Building and cross-compiling one of the most amazing Linux distributions live here on this channel. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and maybe Patreon, GitHub sponsorship, or YouTube membership, or super chats and stuff. And so most stuff is building. Okay, that is just the next thing. That, what was that? HPPA, so we can actually, oops, oh, no, I control C that. So other MIP64 build stuff builds. I wonder if everything builds but Python. I mean, maybe they do some manual trickery. That is always possible. We will see. If everything, and that's why, if you're wondering, why do I sometimes touch log files and skip over build errors, besides I'm tired of build errors and stuff, and sometimes I need a minute of relaxing my brain and state of mind. Often I want to see how much other stuff builds, right? If like everything else or nearly everything else builds but Python, then obviously it's a Python manual correct makefile or configure stuff or whatever is going on there. For example, some stuff, if APR, the Apache runtime that we need for Subversion, or rsync or SQLite, and then we will soon see other stuff builds, and it clearly is some, or like, not clearly, but with a very high level of confidence, a Python issue. And that is why sometimes I just want to gather some data points of how much other stuff is actually broken. So yeah, Firefox, I mean, we could skip over Firefox and I fix this later, maybe live or at home. Firefox, it is somehow, I mean, we could do that now, but I'm just getting a bit tired, as you might imagine. The last time I checked, it was trying to build AVX when we are building for non-AVX system. And it's still probably doing that for, wait a second. Yeah, so that is in SIMD AVX. Do we still have that around? Oh, no, we don't. I've probably try to fix that later. What do we even build? I probably build 486, don't we? Or what that was the last package, apparently. Did Linux kernel already build? Yeah, okay. That might be 486. We are anyway, also just the other month live on YouTube I patched Firefox. We are the probably only vendor for decades to ship Firefox for non-SSE CPUs. And that even worked probably a long time, if not 15 years or so. Someone has done that. And that is the thing, right? The only constant is change and regressions. I just make Firefox work on the really vintage x86 CPUs just because we can. And for kicks and giggles and stuff. And then the next month is like, yeah, YOLO, what here's a finger. It's like, we built AVX code now for you. It's like, yeah, thank you very much. So next we need to fix it. So, what is that? Cairo reference count. That doesn't look good. What did we do the last time for Cairo? So that might require an similar to new atomic ops stuff. What did we do the last time? Use a much older Cairo version? So obviously I'm not going to patch that. And we could try, do I have... Don't have that in the history. Let's guess some revision, let's say 45,000 might be old enough. If not, we find out soon. We could also use a date. Package Cairo. Oops. And then it's a little bit older. Fingers crossed that it's also, yeah, it's not super ideal using a slightly older version, but I mean, I wouldn't use it for my space satellites at ESA, but so if you want to run this on a Spark Leon, we can talk about that. Otherwise, at least some Cairo also on your 32-bit Spark station. Yeah, it's not ideal. We could have a higher load. Actually, I wanted, where's my oh wait, this was a Spark build, right? It still fails. Let's do something more useful, which is to XFS procs should fail. And then we overlay that to what I said earlier, amazing new libraries. Similar older version, hopefully old enough. 4.7, maybe that's old enough. If it downloads. So, then that's really mostly it for this video. 1 hour, the usual 1 hour of open source work. A day keeps the bit rot away. Stuff is still building. What do we have there? Oh, this XFS prox is not the most download happy today. Come on, you can do it. 0 prems though. Where is the download coming from? Kernel org, is that down? No, something's there. Why does it not load? Hello? Kernel org? Are you okay? Yeah, maybe we shouldn't use... Oh wait, this is coming from because we used an older version, let's hope they have that on the mirror. Oops. Which was it even? Was it still FTP SGI or some stuff? No, whatever it was, doesn't matter. That somehow failed. Oops. Was it Spark, right? Warning. What's going on here? Data disabling exceptions will not work with multiple definitions. That might actually be Fcommon. Do we use a new? Maybe we use a new enough GCC even. So let's. Wait, I'm not sure if can we override the flex here. Do we even have flex? We have cross. Might go with Fcommon because it's an older version, so crusty code. So anyway, I only wonder if that flag stuff works there. It may not. Oh no, it does work. Amazing. Sometimes I'm surprised how well our system development and build system. Hey, we have XFS perks for Spark, 32-bit Spark. So yeah, I will do some benchmarks soon, some weeks and months. Of old file systems on vintage things. So Cairo. I mean, some older version should once upon a time have built. Probably not that one. Oh. Let's try a significant older. The only problem is if we go even older than some GTK and whatnot stuff might not build anymore. Let's use 42,000 or so. Same version, looks a bit like that, right? That is way older. Maybe it's starting to getting too old territory though. Yeah, let's see what happens with this version. Otherwise we use, oops, wrong. Control C. So, amazing that so many people tune in. That is always nice to see. Let's zip a little bit on our juice here. Enjoy all of our builds building. Mostly like clockwork, except where it's too vintage. Fingers crossed. Yeah. One last try. That surely should be old enough, shouldn't it? I wonder if you can disable this stuff in Cairo though, that would also be an option. Anyway. Let's finish exactly that hour, that might be 2 more minutes. I can thank you already for tuning in. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Your €8 T2 subscription. Some warnings. I hope you learned something and have a good day or night. and I hope to see you soon for the next videos and fun stuff to come. Still the same here. I wonder if we can disable this stuff though. No, it's getting so old that it gets other compiler warnings. Enable atomic, maybe disable atomic. Disable use of native atomic operations. Let's see if that builds. Or if the latest version even still has it. Because I tear down the overlay there and then I tear down the overlay and then it doesn't build anyway. Let's see what happens if we need some overlay, but then I try this not as ancient old 10.12 version or so. Also, best without typo. What did I do today? Maybe some Unicode. The voice looks good. I already felt I somehow need to disable freaking white annex. But this is build package. What is even there? 403. Maybe it's trying to unexpected enter file. Maybe it simply tries to. It might have still cached that there was an overlay. No, that's not the issue. That is someone not reassuring. Did I disable that or just copy? No, disable. Here's some. I need to watch more often. Did we? Probably others didn't add that then because due to that. Thanks for that. Yep, Enterprise, Unbroken Enterprise Edition. That is exactly my thinking. Leave in the comments below. Chat, live chat now or comments later. What do you think about a €8 Unbroken Enterprise T2 Linux Special Edition? Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Hey, it freaking built TM. Not that it freaking works though, but at least it does something. One day, maybe for Christmas, we will take out the Spark Station 2 and see if Cairo freaking renders any bitmaps on that vintage hardware. There is some, what is that? Map 64, what's going on with that stuff? Is it the same map? Oh, it's map 64. Okay, this, I've seen that, honestly, I will ship the ice, so this is just whatever's going on there with this. You need to build that. I mean, the subscribers of our Unbroken Enterprise Edition, of course, will get that pre-built package for your SG Octane or O2 shipped. Everyone else needs to build it themselves. I will, like each, as you see live on this channel, the recurring subscribers might have noticed, each milestone release with month of fixes live here on this channel will become better and better. So obviously for the next build in 3 or 4 months, we will of course fix the next crazy amount of craziness there. Arch triplet stuff. Let's hope in like knocking on plastic laminated plywood. I hope in 4 months it is smoother. I always do, but then there's so many constant change and regressions that I... But to be honest and fair, I think due to all our ongoing daily work here, I think, I mean, not only is it in an even T2 in an even better unbroken state, and more architectures, new architectures work even more, more packages, more cross-compilation. Even latest and greatest works better and more. It's just we support so much stuff that there's always something. So, that was it AVX? But you know what, I actually already wished you a good day or night. So, but because the hour is already 4 minutes past the hour. But let's take one last thing. How complex could it be to disable whatever AVX shenanigans they do here? Thank you very much. Always some copy and paste thing missing. What? So they obviously don't have. Let's grab for that. Was it AVX? Here is some. I mean, do we remove? Maybe it is our build system of removing that. I don't know if they have a runtime detection. We remove mtune and arch. We are not even. I don't think we. So we remove march and mcpu. That would be mavx. So I don't think our wrapper would remove that. Is it AVX2 or... So this looks relatively easy to patch away. Famous last words. Yeah. AVX2, yes. I am a little bit puzzled that did we fix file? Did that? No. Let's make starts with, which would it be? Would it be that, right? What exactly was the error? The question is, do we apply this for all? Was not declared. I mean, it is possible. The question is, where is this coming from? Is it AVX? Might be AVX2, and then here SIMD extension 2. So because we disable S, so actually we might. Because usually the stuff wants to build with SSE2. So maybe SSE2 fixes that. I only wonder if this bloody mach build thing somehow regenerates that. By the way, do we manually need to J33 here? Yeah, it says it's regenerating some backend. I hope it doesn't screw. I think did this failed already? CVTSI CVTSI 64SI. Does it need even more? But if that doesn't fix a thing, then I will simply just disable it. So the question anyway is, do they have runtime detection for that? Because if they don't, I mean, there's always a chance that it doesn't properly regenerate that stuff. Yeah, then not. The question is anyway, if they have proper runtime detection for that. And if not, it would anyway break our running on our 586 without any of this stuff. What you're saying? Do what anymore? Hold up, you just happened on building Firefox without SSE2. Yes. Yeah, I patched this away. It worked. I've run this on it, and unfortunately, its segmentation falls on a 486, but it worked successfully on a 586 Pentium. So, yeah, you're on. If you're interested in this stuff, you're on the right channel. Patches are all in T2, of course. That looks better. So. I conditionally patched that also for on x86. We have some no SIMD patch here maybe, or maybe no JIT. Yeah, so you need to disable no JIT stuff, and so yeah, the amount of hotfixes is also accumulating here, as you see. And so here there is SSE not making this stuff up, and then do we conditional patch? All right, we simply we disable JIT and then and no JIT. All right, so that wasn't so easy. We also need to patch that away. That also broke this broke some register or whatever stuff. Maybe I should more often save the yeah, the hotfixes is like C and the state of only supporting the latest and greatest. Anyway, but there's a reason why the #1 hosts on our websites are previously Red Hat net pool IP addresses, because obviously when you work at a major Linux distribution supporting, having to support all the stuff, where would you go when you need to fix something? You Google the stuff and of course copy and paste it from one of the best Linux distributions. Hotfix no AVX2 here. It's like, yeah, previously we only had to patch SSE away. Now we also need to hotfix no AVX. Anyway, that's it then probably for this video. Nearly everything else freaking probably builds TM except Mesa for Spark. More. How did we do that the last time? So I have already a significant amount of YOLOing there for Mesa on Spark. But maybe we need now even more. Or we need an older... Maybe Vulkan driver, no SWS. Maybe it's as simple as that. Let's see. But yeah, obviously we are totally out of support territory with our crazy vintage and retro architectures. All seat bells are off and stuff, and it's not going. You ping upstream of, hey, stuff doesn't build for Spark 32 Linux thread stuff for my vintage Spark station, right? They will probably not only close the freaking bug with won't fix, they will even freaking ban your freaking Bugsilver account for never submitting vintage and retro bug again. So Mesa of wherever that lives, maybe next 11. Maybe we should move that to graphical stuff because nowadays. And then Spark, is that everything? S3 Rust, where's do we have Vulkan of maybe some, so here's Vulkan stuff. Do we even freaking have a libdrm? I have no idea. I lost overview of our vintage support. We might not have a lib. I have had the memory that do we even have freaking LLVM installed for freaking Spark? It probably looks like that, doesn't it? Let's see if that open code conditional there gets Mesa somewhat to build. As I remember, maybe we need to have a Mesa. Oh, but freaking bulls. I mean, I'm not sure if. I mean, it's not like we have any freaking Sun 2-bit or. It's like, yeah, that's what I. X-Observer wants some GL stuff. But it's not like we have any Sun 2-bit or 8-bit frame buffer, S-bus frame buffer around that would. There, so one's freaking GL though. So that is certainly, so that builds nothing. That was the fastest Mesa build I've ever seen. Maybe we need a slightly older Mesa version, maybe even libdrm version. Even freaking LVM around for Spark. Wow. But yeah, if you wanted a very minimal Mesa configuration, may I present to you the no code programming, no code freaking 3D library. Oh man. I think we went way off our path here, and so yeah, what do we got there? Other stuff. Oh, impact. All right, I need to. Yeah, you also want to share, like, subscribe, and get your €8 T2 badge there on. Maybe we should actually make that a freaking official YouTube subscriber badge. Because I also have to finish some impact, SGI impact work. So build MIPS, for this time, we will only ship this to our verified SG Octane users. There goes that. Running Gentoo on original Xbox X. And well, right now I need to switch distro immediately. No. Haven't heard of T2 before. Yeah, that's why we run this YouTube channel. Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Can you wget get a stage 1 and bootstrap? You can get, so we have not as crazy different downloads. You can download the ISO and extract the tarballs. That is like, and then change with it. It's like not one tarball, but yeah, it's a little bit different, but not a big deal. Just ISO, just for T in all those package tarballs there. Extract that and change root. So I guess some other. Which one did we build here? 64. Looks like that is also not a thing anymore. Matzglomisk was bringing an AVX optimized code for Andreas who had some double T quad clashes. Ah yeah, that stuff. Rendering to dev null. Yeah. That patch mostly still works on 5.15. Stable Gentoo kernel. So, again, huge progress. I still need to flush some stuff. It's a crazy amount of did I even SVN up yet? Oh, it's a did some updates. Oh, AI bot. Oh, Pixment just deleted an hotfix ARM 64 neon thing. Interesting. Some rebuilds are in order. Yeah, nothing like your personal AI bot doing the updates. That certainly frees a whole lot of time. Not manually doing that. Nice last minute updates here for our release party. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something way longer than I wanted. As usual with one more thing, one more fix. Oh, libf also. Hope you learned something. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Maybe get your verified YouTube membership. Have a good day and night, and I hope to see you soon for the next builds, tags and release ISOs to come.